I don't know what to say to it.
Were they easy to write? Did they come really easily?
Because yeah, it's kind of fairly easy. This time I've recorded a few more songs that Steve... I did a couple of songs that Steve Kilby had written himself and for us, and actually I think you played a song off the Church's new record before. Actually the song that was the first single off the Church's record, I was actually going to record that. I think he wrote that one for me, and I was going to actually do that one, but in the end my record got kind of put back and I couldn't kind of make it when I wanted to, so they ended up doing it. But no, it's just kind of no, I don't know. The song's just going to happen. Some we actually kind of just did on this time. Actually, when I made this record, Steve Kilby wanted us just to kind of like turn up on the day and start from kind of scratch. But you know, I don't have any songs written or anything. But I kind of thought that was a bit scary for me.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot more unstructured, the recording of the album, than it has been in the past.
Yeah.
And I take it was very fruitful?
Yeah, it was good. It was basically... I liked working with him on my last record, so we sort of got on quite well, so I just thought I'd take it on one sort of stage further and, you know, write a few songs together and just kind of mix it all up a bit.
Yeah, and it took a while to record. It was a number of weekend sessions, as I understand.
So I sort of went up there for about 8 days and kind of did a fair bit, and then I came back at different weekends. I just go up to Sydney or at different times. The first lot of recording tour, I brought a friend up from Melbourne, Robert Googe, who's done a lot of kind of work with the Underground Lovers, and he sort of helped out a fair bit as well.
What did Robert Googe bring to the CD?
Well, he's been sort of like he was like the first of the kind of people he had this group called Essendon Airport, who were like one of the first sort of synthy groups, and so he's kept all the equipment he's ever had in his life from all those kind of days, so he's got really interesting sounds. He makes all his own sort of sounds, and he was just well, it was good to have a friend there to talk to, because I didn't really know much anyone else up there. So no, it was just kind of led to the kind of, I guess, you know, for want of a better word, psychedelic-y sort of sound, because he had, you know, a lot of spacious sort of sounds.
Yeah. How did you, Robert, and Steve Kilby get along? Because you're all, I'm sure, people with very definite ideas on what you want.
Yeah. Well, I'm not so... I'm sort of pretty... I sort of know what I want, but I'm sort of not as sort of strong-willed as both Steve and Robert have both got really kind of like firm, strong ideas about sound. Robert's more kind of meticulous and has a, you know, technical kind of thing of how sound should be. But Steve's more kind of like, he's someone who's kind of had a, you know, 4-track in his lounge room, his bedroom, whatever, since he was about 12, and has just continually made tapes and kind of, you know, he's built up his home studio from that, and, you know, he's kind of more messy. He's messy and kind of, you know, basically we kind of work all day, and then I'd kind of like conk out and I'd go home, and then he'd kind of stay on by himself till who knows when, and just kind of like play guitar over everything. He's got these kind of pedals, and he'd kind of sort of play just guitar over everything.
So did you go in there the next morning
yeah, and hear it,
and hear all these weird things and
well,
go,
some I'd like, and so
and if there was stuff you didn't like, did you say, look, I don't want that on?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was that easy?
Asked the engineer to erase it before he came in or something, you know. Yeah, it was kind of... Usually I like what he does, but, you know, we just kind of... It was pretty easy going, because, well, I mean, Steve and I both made a lot of records, so we kind of, like, really gone full cycle into kind of have fun, really, now. It's like when I started out making records, and here's something like that, just try and enjoy ourselves and actually have fun.
Well, I've read that you think Stephen Kilby has a strange personal lifestyle. These are all quotes. He's his own worst enemy, and he gets sidetracked quite a lot. Weren't you tearing your hair out half the time?
Yeah, but the other rest of the time I like him. He's amusing, I think. Well, I think he is. I think he's his own worst enemy. But, perhaps he wouldn't be kind of good at what he's good at if he wasn't how he was in some of his other, personal lifestyle. If he wasn't, it's a sort of trade-off thing, I guess that all makes up him.
Yeah.
He's kind of good and bad things, but the thing is that he really loves music, and I think he's really kind of good at it, and, I don't know. To me, sometimes he kind of trips himself up. But, he's kind of really good. He's always kind of making, since he's made, since that new church record and my record, I know he's made, like with the original other guitar player of the church, Peter Coppers, he's made another 2 records or something. Like, he's just, keeps kind of doing it. So I think it's kind of pretty good. I mean, I'm saying those things, but don't mean them kind of negatively, though at the same time he can be a real pain. But he's just kind of
yeah,
used to getting his own way.
Oh, fair enough.
He's good though.
Yeah. Now there's, I think, a female vocalist, or it could be a guy doing a falsetto, but there's a female vocalist on a few tracks who's not credited.
Oh yes, look, there was between getting the cover done, there was a few typesetting problems where different, things were left off. Basically, it could either be this kind of a big sort of solely kind of female voice, and that's this girl called Sandy Chick from Sydney, and she sort of sings on a few of the Church's records, and she's a really good singer. She did that, or else on one of the songs Taken by Surprise, Kerry Simpson sang kind of ethereal kind of vocals and stuff as well. Or else it could be like, or else it's Steve. Steve does a lot of stuff where he vary speeds the tape, and it's actually him. It sounds like a girl, but it's really him. He sort of plays around with various speeding stuff all the time.
Oh, I see. Well, there's one mystery solved.
It's probably Steve, actually.
Uh-huh. And who else appears on the album?
Basically, it was me, Steve, Robert, Church's drummer, Tim Power, plays drums, and also the 2 guitarists at different times play a bit of guitar. Marty Papa Wilson and Peter Coppers, and this other guy, keyboard player Chris Abrams from Sydney. He plays piano, and there were 2 other. Michael Sheridan, he was a guitarist from Melbourne. But he's moved to Sydney now. He plays a bit of guitar as well. Bill McDonald plays bass, who's the bass player for Frente now.
That's right, yeah. And John Murphy.
Oh, John Murphy, yeah. Well, yeah, John Murphy plays drums on one track. He and Michael both were in Melbourne group No together for years. Oh. He was good. He just actually was walking along the... he was just walking along the street just as we were getting the song ready to do. We thought it'd be nice to have drums. And he literally just walked by the building outside in Balmain. And we said, John Murphy, come here and play drums. and he did. He just came in and...
Wow. And that seems to have been the tone for the whole of the recording, people just dropping by. And
yeah, it was very much just... Yeah, whatever happened. Basically.
And he contributes Plastic Ono drums on song 1. What do Plastic Ono drums
it's
sound
kind of
like?
The plastic... just the whole kit's just kind of mic'd with one mic for the whole kit, and just kind of get that sort of boxy kind of like Plastic Ono band sound, if you can remember that. It was a real sort of little boxy compressed drum sound.
I see. Now, the track Anyone is also on the new Church CD under the title It Could Be Anyone, which I just gave a listen to before. And you've changed it a little bit, haven't you?
Well, actually, I sort of wrote all different words, and we sort of added a few other... We took away a lot of instruments and added just a couple of other guitar things or something as well, and yeah... I was, but I mean, I don't know. I can't remember now why I did that. Why we did that, but I think it was Steve just suggested, "I want you." He mightn't have even told me the church had done it till after, I'd sort of done it, which is one of those last minute things we just kind of did to see how it turned out.
Have you heard the church's version?
No, I haven't.
It's a little bit slower.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, just a touch slower. And I'd have to listen to it again to really, find all the differences. But let's play the track from your album, and then we'll be back to talk about more things. It's 10:15. Brain Massage talking to Stephen Cummings this morning. And we're back, 20 minutes past 10, PBS. And we're talking to Steve Cummings this morning, and we just heard the track Anyone from the new church from the new Stephen Cummings and church CD. Stephen Cummings' CD is called Escapist, and the church CD is called...
It's called Magician Amongst the Spirits.
That's it, yes. And I think that's a sample copy, and it should be released soon, I'd say. Okay, now I believe that there's I'm a firm believer that there's a reason behind everything.
Yeah.
And there must be a reason behind putting sheep on the cover of the album.
Well, it's not a really good reason, but basically, the person who did let's have a look at it. The person who did the cover, I turned up to see her one day, and she had this photo of the sheep, and she said, "Isn't this a really cute-looking sheep? It's so sort of, cute and pretty and stuff." And so she said, "I think we should make the cover like this." And I kind of, basically, I was so tired, I didn't have the strength to. I said, "Oh, why not? I've always had me. Let's get rid of me. We'll have no words on the record, no photos, just have the sheep."
Oh.
And so I like the sheep's head floating in space the best, actually.
Yeah, it's like little thoughts, isn't it? When you in those cartoons, when you have those little kind of thought bubbles, whatever you call them. Oh, well, there you go.
So that's why that's laziness on my part, and just thinking, why not? Shh. There wasn't anything kind of deep or anything.
Oh, okay. All right. It's always worth asking these things. And the packaging itself is fairly minimal. I mean, there are no lyric sheets or anything like that. Is there a reason behind that?
Yeah, I thought, I've always had put the lyrics and everything down, but I just thought I'd do everything opposite that I normally do. No lyrics. People can make them out.
That's good. How do you feel about people misinterpreting lyrics?
I think it's fine. I always get them confused myself, other people's songs. So. Look, it can be really good. Some people, actually I always like reading. I like having a lot of notes, and I liked it when they used to have liner notes, and I like having the lyrics and things to read, but I just thought I've had them on the other ones. I thought I wouldn't this time. I don't know why.
Now, Escapist, the title of the album, it seems to be at odds with the rest with the tone of the album, in a way, because it seems there's more of a feeling of acceptance, and this is the way life is, and you can't change your mistakes, it's all there. What's the use of trying to change it? Rather than trying to escape from everything?
Yeah, it was... well, it had a lot of other titles, but no one else really liked them. So, I just thought, I was thinking it more for myself of, that, I was thinking I made a lot of records, and I was thinking it's amazing that I've been able to keep kind of making records. So I was thinking more of myself as an escapist rather than Anything else?